Hi, I'm Meg Galvin with your Spark Recipes tip for the day. We're going to talk some fish. I don't think people eat a lot of fish because they don't know how to buy it, they don't know how to cut it down. So we're going to take a little moment and go through how to purchase the fish and how to break it down. So I have a nice whole fillet of sole, or I mean a whole piece of sole here, and I've stored it on some ice, and that if you want to bring it home, you don't see my eyes watering from ammonia. I don't really smell the fish. Your fish should smell of the essence of the sea. And when you go to buy fish, the person that you're buying it from is not going to mind at all if you say, can you show me that fish? Because what you're looking for, we're going to go ahead and pull it out of this ice. What you're looking for is that if you rub your hands against the scales, well, I don't have any scales on my hands. If I run over to the other side, now a sole's very indicative that it has a dark side and a white side, but if I press, it's very firm. My fingers aren't kind of mushing down. Smell, I really don't have any smell at all. If there is a smell, the smell should be the essence of the sea, so the environment that the seafood was raised in. Now, a lot of us are a little uncomfortable about doing this, but what you can do, you can buy, it's called IQF, individually quick frozen seafood. And what I have here is just a little piece of tilapia. It's about a 2-ounce serving of tilapia. It comes frozen. What's very important is how you thaw it out. Do not thaw it out in the microwave. Ideally, what you want to do is kind of think ahead the night before, pop it in your refrigerator, and let it thaw out overnight in the refrigerator. If you're short on time and you decide at the last minute, oh, this is what I really want for dinner, you can thaw it out under cold running water, but ideally, because of the connective tissue or lack thereof, fish does not have a lot of connective tissue. And when it freezes and thaws, that connective tissue, which there isn't much, kind of moves around. So the best way to do it is do a thaw overnight. So you can buy these in bulk, keep them in your freezer, and they're ready to go. But again, if you don't have much time, under some running water. So let's go back to looking at this whole sole. So what I usually like to do is I like to go ahead and take off the head. That's another indication for if the fish is okay. Is the eye bulging? Is the eye bright? Well, this little guy's eye is kind of hard to see, but he's in there. So here's his mouth. So what you're going to want to do is take a boning or fillet knife. If you don't have one of these, you could use your chef's knife. But you're going to just want to come in and kind of mark with a V right behind the head and the gills and take that head off. There's lots of debate about the usable product of the fish. Some people don't like to use the heads when making fish stock because they think it might make the stock cloudy. I can go either way on that. So what we're going to do now is we need to actually, if we want to take the skin off, maybe I'll take the skin off the one side just so you can see that. So this is pretty nice. You might want to have a little bit of salt ready to go to kind of get a grip. But you're going to come in and just take your knife, and with this piece of fish, it's kind of nice. Sometimes you might have to have a towel. If it's fresh, you can do 1 or 2 swoops. Now again, if you don't want to do this, whoever you're buying the seafood from will be happy to do it for you. Come in a little bit, and we'll come in. You see how I can take my thumb and run it right against the scales. See how it comes straight off. So it's very simple. Now, if I was really having a hard time with this, that would indicate that lack of freshness for the fish. But I'm able to do it. And see how it comes off? Just like that. Now my hands are going to smell pretty fishy. Something that you can do after you fillet a fish is use some mouthwash or just salt and lemon. So I'm coming in, just get this last little bit off. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is go ahead and mark so I can get my fillets, mark around the gills. And then we have something, here in the United States, we typically don't eat this a lot, but we have what is called the roe, which is right underneath here. And I want to show you that. So if I come straight along the spine, just like that, I'm going to do a couple quick movements, and then I bring it back towards me, just real little strokes. That clicking noise that you hear is my knife running against the bones. So I want to keep my knife as close to the bones as possible because I don't want to lose any of the flesh. So a flat fish like this yields 4 fillets. A round fish yields 2. So an example of a round fish would be a salmon. So just come in little strokes. Take your time. You don't have to win the fishmongering award. So there's 1 fillet. See how nice it is? That's from the white side. So let me just show you real quick on this one where the roe is, because you're going to want to take that out. Now in France, they eat the roe. It's considered a delicacy. But again, here in the United States, it's just a byproduct. There we go. Now you can see this redness here? That's it right there. So we want to just work around that. The great thing about filleting your own fish is that we're left with some bones. So we can make our own fish stock by just adding what's called a white mirepoix, which is celery, onions, and leeks, and some water, and just let it simmer for about 20-30 minutes. So filleting a fish.